Well, for those of you who may be new subscribers to my channel, this video is going to be under my Why I Own It series of videos, which I haven't really done one in a little while just because I had other content and other stuff going on the last few months here on my channel. And if you haven't gone back to look at my back catalog of videos, you may not know what Why I Own It is in terms of the videos I've done in that little series already. So let me give you a brief update. Why I Own It is basically what it sounds like. I take a piece of media out of my collection and just tell you why I own that specific piece of media. Here today, I am talking about a Charlie Brown Christmas. And there's a couple reasons why I'm going to talk about this and the bigger set of Charlie Brown holiday classics that I have here in my collection. Now, first things first, I want to say thank you to all the returning viewers, but also say thanks to anyone new who may be clicking on my videos in my channel for the first time. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content here. My name is Matt, and this is Secondhand Home Theater, where I talk about various home theater topics. And generally, I talk about them through the lens of buying used items, especially high quality, high value items that I found at bargain bin prices. Here today, we're talking about something in that vein, I guess, and that's the Charlie Brown Christmas special and the expanded kind of collection of holiday classics from the Peanuts and Charlie Brown that I have here. And I did buy this set from a thrift store, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, part of the reason I'm doing this is I do want to make some Christmas and winter themed content here for the month of December. So I am going to have that here on my channel periodically throughout the month. And so I thought, what better way to start this kind of little bit of content I'm going to be doing this month than talking about the Charlie Brown Christmas special and a kind of nostalgic memory thing for me that I dubbed in-school snow days growing up. For anyone who hasn't looked back on my channel, I live in central Illinois currently. I'm about an hour away, give or take, from St. Louis. That's where I've lived for the last like 20 years, a little more than 20 years here of my life. But I grew up in Chicago for my entire life until I went to college and moved down to this area. And we hardly ever had snow days in Chicago. I can count on one hand how many snow days I actually had from kindergarten through graduating high school, and I can have some fingers left over because we never took time off school for snow days when I was growing up. It had to be an extreme circumstance for the schools to close. So, like I said, I had like less than 5 instances that I can remember of actual snow days. But what we did have, because the schools would still stay open and it would allow teachers and staff and whatever students could make it to the school would still go there. But a lot of time the student body or the staff would be so depleted that we would have what I coined in-school snow days, which were just basically like free days at school, I guess. And you would just kind of do random stuff that wasn't really related to your normal school work, and they'd watch a lot of movies and a lot of like educational things and some holiday themed stuff depending how close to like Christmas it was, you know, if it was before the Christmas kind of winter break that we had. And you'd kind of just hang out in your homeroom or hang out in your classroom and just kind of piddle around all day and really not do much of anything that was actually schoolwork related, I suppose. And so going along with that, the Charlie Brown Christmas, which is what is right here on this DVD, was a staple of those in-school snow days growing up. And what I remember is back then it was all on VHS. So they would take a big box CRT TV, throw it on a big metal cart with a VCR, strap it down with like industrial grade moving straps that ratcheted down, and they'd wheel this monstrosity into your homeroom or your classroom and sit it at the head of the class, turn the lights off, and play various movies. And like I said, the Charlie Brown Christmas was a very common thing that we would watch periodically during these in-school snow days. So there is some nostalgia wrapped up in this. Now, I will say kind of here up front about this, I do like the Peanuts holiday specials, and I may get some flack over this. But for me, the Charlie Brown stuff was good. You know, it was all right. It was a staple of my childhood in terms of like the school stuff. But they were never my go-to holiday kind of themed movies. I think a lot of people that are maybe a generation older than me and then even older than that may think that these are some of the best holiday themed cartoons and movies out there. But for me, at least, I like some other stuff. Like I said, I'll get to that later on in other videos down the road. Definitely leave a comment down below if you like the Charlie Brown Christmas special and, you know, all the other holiday specials. And let me know if you know what I'm talking about with these in-school snow days. You know, if you're from an area that had a lot of snowfall, you know, like how Chicago did, and other areas in like the Northwest, the, you know, Midwest, the Northeast, stuff like that. Definitely leave me a comment down below if you know what I'm talking about there. So to talk more specifically about this actual DVD release and why I own it. This is from 2008, and this is the Charlie Brown Christmas standalone disc that is in a larger set of multiple holiday kind of classics. It covers Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. It's a 3-disc or 3, you know, kind of cartoon set. Now, I bought this from a thrift store back 4 or 5 years ago, and I only paid, I think, like $1 or $2 for it. And you can still find these, either the standalone discs or the combo packs of various, you know, descriptions that include more than the Christmas and holiday specials that I have. Some that have the same 3 discs in there. Some are repackaged, some have the same packaging that I have. You can find those out on DVD and on Blu-ray, you know, on like Walmart.com, Amazon, secondhand sites. I'm sure you can find them on like Facebook Marketplace. You can definitely find them on eBay. They're out there, and they run kind of a range from like $5, $10 used, typically up to, depending what format, 20, 25 bucks sometimes, brand new on the different sites. But I got this, and like I said, the bigger pack that had multiple holiday specials for like $1 or $2 from a thrift store. I'm gonna go off on kind of a side note here, but I'm gonna try and keep it brief because this is a topic for later videos. But to me, if the animation is older than, say, like 2000, kind of just to put a broad kind of stroke on there, if it's from the 90s, from the 80s or older, especially if it's hand-drawn animation, not like CGI animation that came out towards the middle and end of the 90s, I am a big proponent, for my personal taste, that I like to watch that content on DVD and not Blu-ray, because I just feel like the Blu-rays I've seen of classic hand-drawn animations, generally, there are a few exceptions, but generally speaking, look too oversaturated. They look too like overly sharp. They look just kind of off to me, and like the speed just seems a little bit off. Like everything's been sped up slightly and upscaled slightly. And for me, these older hand-drawn cartoons, classic animations, partly for nostalgia reasons, I've touched on this before in other videos, but partly just to my eye what looks better is watching them on DVD, on standard definition media, because that's what they were initially intended for. Especially like these that are like TV episodes and cartoons for TV broadcast. They're gonna look better on standard def to me than they will on high def formats. Maybe some of like actual animation movies that were made for theaters may be a little bit different, but at least for TV episodes, I think a DVD version is the way to go. Now, again, you can comment down below and let me know if you have a different opinion on that. So like I said, this is the set that Christmas DVD comes from. It has Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in the set here. And like I said, I got this for a couple dollars from a thrift store. And these DVDs are presented, they're just standard 4:3 aspect ratio, nothing special. I believe it's in Dolby Digital, but I believe it's just like either mono or maybe stereo. I don't believe this is 5.1. It's just a Dolby Digital format that's on there. And like I said, it's just standard definition. And these DVDs really just give me that nostalgic feel of when I was in one of those in-school snow days watching these type of cartoons on those old flat panel, you know, big box TVs that were wheeled in on the carts. Now there is another reason I have this and, you know, the bigger collection I'm going to get to here in a second. And I'm going to try and keep that brief as well because it's another topic for another day. The rights to these have been kind of bounced around. And if you're a younger viewer that maybe is younger than like 20 or so, maybe, you may not know that these specials for all the holidays used to be broadcast on either cable TV or just regular broadcast network television back in the day. They would have specific time slots set up that they would air these around the corresponding holidays. Well, a handful of years ago, various streaming services and companies bought up the rights to the Charlie Brown specials. And I know for a fact the Christmas one, and I think it goes to all the other ones like Halloween and Thanksgiving and stuff, are owned right now by Apple. So the only way you could watch these is either have a physical copy like this, either the DVD or the Blu-ray, or you have to purchase Apple TV and stream it through the Apple streaming service. Otherwise, you won't really be able to watch these. And that's another reason why I have this one and the bigger set, is because I don't have to subscribe to a streaming service. I don't have to have internet connectivity to watch it. I can just take this and take it with me wherever I want to go any time of the year and watch it on a DVD player that's hooked up here in my home theater or somewhere else if I want to watch it, you know, somewhere outside of my home. And so that's kind of a broader topic for another day, but that's another reason why I own this and the larger set, is because I don't have to subscribe to a specific streaming service to watch the content. I have it here and I can watch it whenever I want. And then this specific disc here also includes another Charlie Brown Christmas that follows this one, and a special Charlie Brown Christmas sing-along like CD that's in there as well, which is really cool. And that's kind of across the board. The other holidays have additional bonus content and stuff with them as well. And so that is going to wrap up the video here today. This one's a little bit longer than what I normally try and shoot for with the Why I Own It series of videos. I try and keep those a little bit more concise and condensed down. But yeah, so why do I own this? Well, a lot of nostalgia wrapped up in this with those in-school snow days. But also I own this and the larger collection just so I don't have to worry about streaming it and purchasing another streaming platform just to watch these. I've got them and I can watch them whenever I want. And so with that, if you like the content you saw here today, definitely consider liking and subscribing. I really would appreciate it. I'm getting really close to 2,000 subscribers. It would be really nice to hit that around Christmas or New Year's. That'd be a nice Christmas present to have, and it doesn't cost you anything. With that, I'm gonna say thanks to everyone out there. I really do appreciate it. And be on the lookout. I'm gonna have more holiday themed content coming up throughout the month of December. I will see you the next time in the next video right here on Secondhand Home Theater.